Good morning. Good morning. Cheers, everyone. It is time for some cuppa. It's the Morning Cuppa Joy. Welcome, welcome, one and all, and help me share this out. It's Thursday. It is Thankful Thursday. So we're going to come in here and we're going to give some gratitude. What are you grateful for? So let me just share this. First, I have to find it. That's always a chore, especially on Facebook. So sharing it out. And put it in the groups, and hopefully people will start to find it. All right, there we go. All shared. So please do the same when you come in and you find it. Help me share it out. Good morning, Annie7. All right, let's get going with this beautiful, amazing day. So we start, morning, Deirdre. We start with our heart, and I don't know why I'm not seeing the chat. Always an adventure when I come in to restream. So I see you on the screen, but I don't see it on my chat panel. That's okay. We are just going to go with it. Hand on your heart and slow down the breathing. Let's add in some love. Add in light. Add in joy. Add in a lot of self-love. And then tell yourself, I am worthy. Because you are. I am enough, just as I am. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm a spark of the divine. Miracles happen every day. And opportunities show up everywhere. And they show up right here with all of you. I'm just going to try something and see if I can get the chat. Nope, I got to have it on the screen. So I don't know what's going on with chat, but whatever, we're just going to go with it this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Julie Kiss, good morning to you. Annie7. Today's the anniversary of your mom's crossing. Oh, sweet one. Well, I'm glad you got the laugh in there too. That's important because, you know, our memories of our loved ones, that's what keeps them alive in our heart. So whatever that memory is, keep bringing it up. Keep talking to her. Keep sharing appreciation and joy with her. So cheers on this beautiful day. And what you're grateful for. You knew I was going to ask, so I hope you got something prepared. And who have you told lately that you're grateful for them? Anybody? Have you shared some gratitude and said thank you to someone outside of doing it here on the morning show? Have you called someone or texted someone and said, you know, I am grateful for you? Or have you called someone or texted someone and just said thank you? It's a good day to do that. And if you haven't, so maybe make a commitment to do that today. Maybe today's a good gratitude day, and we can all get behind gratitude. But right now, just share what you're grateful for. Let me know what that might be. Good morning, Michelle Landers. I'm so grateful for you. Morning, Kathy Hand. All right, so what's going on? I don't see any gratitude flying through here yet, but I know that's a yet. I am grateful for this opportunity I have had to be here in Hawaii, and I've got another week, so I am making the most of it. I hope that you all saw some of the beauty from yesterday because I did post some video. I'll be posting more pictures later because I captured some amazing moments there by the seaside. Deirdre's grateful for Thump. Aw, sweetheart, I love you so much. And just envision I'm sitting right there with you and Thump like I have done in the past and embracing both of you. That's a wonderful thing to say to Thump because our animals do pick us. They choose us. They know who their forever people are. Good morning to you, Don. Grateful for all. Well, I am immensely grateful for you. And I'm feeling probably about 99.5% today. I really did knock this out of my system in record time, even for me. I made up my mind. I was not going to stay sick. I was not going to stay in bed feeling unwell while I was here in this amazing place. So today, well, actually, I guess it was yesterday, I started feeling so much better and I got out and about, ran some errands, did some things for the homeowners, and then I went to the seashore. And if you haven't read the blog, it's kind of a long one, just so you know. I can read it, but it is going to take up some time to put it out there. Oh, thank you, Deirdre. Yeah, I had a little turtle visit, a big turtle visit while I was there. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. All right, so do you all want story time? I've already warned you, it's kind of a longer blog than normal that I put out. Thank you, Michelle. I can do that. All right, let me get it up here on the screen. The message is called, I asked for a dolphin, I got a turtle. The quote is from Psalms 23. Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. I love that Psalms so much. All right. Those of you who know me know that the water is my Zen place. It's where I do my deepest thinking, praying, and listening. I did all three today as I sat on the rough lava rocks at the Pacific Ocean here in Hawaii. It was meant to be a few moments of tranquility, sitting by the ocean while I ate my lunch. What it turned into was me pouring my heart out to God and receiving the most blessed sermon I didn't know I needed. I've been struggling lately, as I know many Christians have, about the state of our country. The unrest, division, and violence has gotten so far out of control that it's almost the norm now. I am not okay with that. And that is what I told God. I spoke from my broken heart about the condition of our world. He didn't just pat me on the back and say, it'll be okay. Now go put a smile on your face. What he did, however, was assure me that many times there has to be a breakdown to break through whatever walls have been built. I've lived many years now on this planet. I've seen a president slain along with his brother, as well as a renowned civil rights leader, and numerous attempts on others, mass shootings in public places and schools, and singling out public figures and murdering them. All of these acts of violence shaped my desire for peace and nonviolence in our world. Slowly, we as a society have built walls of division. It seems it is no longer we the people, but it is our people versus your people. Battle lines have been drawn. How did we get to this place of not being able to agree to disagree and each go on with our lives? Why is there such great need to be right? These are the discussions and the questions I brought to God with my heavy heart. I knew I was not going to be struck with the solution for world peace in the hour or so that I sat there, but it did help just to vent and cry and let God know that I was not giving up, but at the same time, I was torn up. I recommitted myself to the mission that has been given to me and rededicated myself to a closer walk with Jesus each day. I wiped my tears and pulled out my phone to take some pictures of the beauty I was surrounded by. Looking directly ahead of me, I spotted something in the water. Did a person fall in there with all those waves crashing into the shore? I looked closer, and as I waited patiently, there it was again. It was a turtle leg. The turtle head soon appeared, much to my delight. "Well, angels," I said, "I asked to see a dolphin out here, and you gave me a turtle instead." Turtle hung out with me and let me take some video of him surfacing, playing in the waves. I could have filmed him all day, but a voice softly and gently said, "Put the camera down and listen to what Turtle is saying." Obediently, yet reluctantly, I did so. I sat focused on the water because I didn't want to lose sight of my miracle turtle. When he rose up again, he reminded me of the Native American story of creation of our great land. I had forgotten all about that beautiful story, and yet here was a sign from God that he had everything under control. It was a promise that this breakdown we are experiencing is headed toward a breakthrough and that our country will be stronger for it. Dear angels, I didn't get to see a dolphin today, as much as my heart felt it needed that. What I was given was something so enlightening and special that words cannot convey the joy that I experienced. Why do we fight so hard sometimes to get what we believe we need instead of surrendering and allowing the miracles in? Dear ones, in the great story brought to your remembrance today, the hero who was able to start the rebuilding process perished, as eventually did Turtle, both giving their lives for the survival of the whole. They were more interested in building a future where survival of the planet was priority than selfishly withholding their abilities to help. Your hearts are heavy because you are now witnessing a world full of ostriches and peacocks. This is a spiritual war. Make no mistake about that. Until those who are unwilling to see start looking up and using their voice, it will remain overrun by the peacocks, who are only a distraction. God is the same as he was in the time of Solomon, when he declared, "If my people, who are called by my name, humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land." Do not fear the breakdown, dear ones. Welcome it as the beginning of the breakthrough to what comes next. Raise your voices and hearts and pray for each other. Pray for those you perceive as your enemies. Love unconditionally, even when that's the hardest thing you have ever done. Your world is moving into a new dimension, a new paradigm. Do you really want to be left behind to wallow in your bitterness and hatred because you refuse to lay it down? Be a turtle. Be one who builds bridges instead of burning them. The angels whisper. You have the answers inside of you at all times. When you seek with a pure heart, they will appear in the crashing waves or the silence of the mountaintop. Today, angels, I promise to be a turtle. So how about you? You promise to be a turtle? And are you familiar with the story of creation that the Native Americans share that involves turtle? If not, I did put it on the website, but I can certainly share that with you if you would like. I love this time today, and I love my time that I spent with God by the seashore yesterday because it just brought out such clarity. You know, when we see the world and the condition it's in and the chaos and the distress, yeah, it's pretty harrowing. But when God says, I'm going to show you something, and he shows a turtle and then reminds me of the story of creation told by the Native Americans and their grandfathers and their grandfathers and on and on and on. So if you'd like to hear the turtle story, the story of creation, I will certainly share that with you as well. We do have time. Deirdre, we certainly are breaking on through to the new earth. And it so goes along with that story of creation that has been shared for generations and generations. Hi, Brookie. Brookie came in. Good morning. And Kathy, I think I said hello to you. I'm not seeing the full chat, so I'm just seeing what's on my screen. Julie Kiss, thank you. And Annie wants to hear about the story of creation. Let's learn the story of creation according to the Native Americans. All right. Hi, Catherine Kovacs. The creation story. And I'm going to probably mispronounce some of these names, so bear with me. For the Ojibwe, the Anishinaabe people, the legend is as follows. Long ago, after the Great Mystery, or Kitchi Manitou, first peopled the earth, the Anishinaabe, or original people, strayed from their harmonious ways and began to argue and fight with one another. Brother turned against brother, and soon the Anishinaabe were killing one another over hunting grounds and other disagreements. Sound familiar? Seeing that harmony, brotherhood, sisterhood, and respect for all living things no longer prevailed on earth, Kitchi Manitou decided to purify the earth. He did this with water. The water came in the form of a great flood, or Mushkobi upon the earth, destroying the Anishinaabe people and most of the animals as well. Only Nanabuzu, the central figure in many of the Anishinaabe oral traditions, was able to survive the flood, along with a few animals and birds who managed to swim and fly. Nanabuzu floated to a huge log searching for land, but none was to be found, as the earth was now covered by the great flood. Nanabuzu allowed the remaining animals and birds to take turns resting on the log as well. Finally, he spoke. I am going to do something, he said. I am going to swim to the bottom of this water and grab a handful of earth. With this small bit of earth, I believe we can create a new land for us to live on with the help of the four winds and Kitchi-Manitou. So Nanabuzu dived into the water and was gone for a long time. Finally, he surfaced and, short of breath, told the animals that the water is too deep for him to swim to the bottom. All were silent. Finally, Manj, the loon, spoke up. I can dive under the water for a long way. That is how I catch my food. I will try to make it to the bottom and return with some earth in my beak. The loon disappeared and was gone for a very long time. Surely, thought the others, the loon must have drowned. Then they saw him float to the surface, weak and nearly unconscious. I couldn't make it. There must be no bottom to this water, he gasped. Then Zingchibis, the hell diver, came forward and said, I will try next. Everyone knows I can dive great distances. So the hell diver went under. Again, a very long time passed, and the others thought he was surely drowned. At last, he too floated to the surface. He was unconscious, and not till he came to could he relate to the others that he too was unable to fetch the earth from the bottom. Many more animals tried but failed, including Zhongwei's the mink and even Mizike the turtle. All failed, and it seemed as though there was no way to get the much-needed earth from the bottom. Then a soft, muffled voice was heard. I can do it. It spoke softly. At first, no one could see who it was that spoke up. Then the little Washutsk muskrat stepped forward. I'll try, he repeated. Some of the other, bigger, more powerful animals laughed at Muskrat. Nanabuzu spoke up. Only Kitchi-Manitou can place judgment on others. If Muskrat wants to try, he should be allowed. So Muskrat dove into the water. He was gone much longer than any of the others who tried to reach the bottom. After a while, Nanabuzu and the other animals were certain that Muskrat had given his life trying to reach the bottom. Far below the water's surface, Muskrat had in fact reached the bottom. Very weak from lack of air, he grabbed some earth in his paw and with all the energy he could muster began to swim for the surface. One of the animals spotted Muskrat as he floated to the surface. Nanabuzu pulled him up into the log. Brothers and sisters, Nanabuzu said. Muskrat went too long without air. He is dead. A song of mourning and praise was heard across the water as Muskrat's spirit passed on to the spirit world. Suddenly, Nanabuzu exclaimed, Look, there's something in his paw. Nanabuzu carefully opened the tiny paw. All the animals gathered close to see what was held so tightly there. Muskrat's paw opened and revealed a small ball of earth. The animals all shouted with joy. Muskrat sacrificed his life so that life on earth could begin anew. Nanabuzu took the piece of earth from Muskrat's paw. Just then the turtle swam forward and said, Use my back to bear the weight of this piece of earth. With the help of Kitchi-Manitou, we can make a new earth. Nanabuzu put the piece of earth on the turtle's back. Suddenly the wind blew from each of the four directions. The tiny piece of earth on the turtle's back began to grow. It grew and grew and grew until it formed a Manisi, or island, in the water. The island grew larger and larger, but still the turtle bore the weight of the earth on his back. Nanabuzu and the animals all sang and danced in a widening circle on the growing island. After a while, the four winds ceased to blow, and the waters became still. A huge island sat in the middle of the water, and today that island is known as North America. Traditional Indian people, including the Ojibwe, hold special reverence for the turtle who sacrificed his life and made life possible for the earth's second people. To this day, the muskrat has been given a good life. No matter that marshes have been drained and their homes destroyed in the name of progress, the muskrat continues to survive and multiply. The muskrats do their part today in remembering the Great Flood. They build their homes in the shape of the little ball of earth and the island that was formed from it. And that's the story of creation, of at least after the flood creation. That was a lot. Thank you for wanting to hear. And what do you think of all of that? I was just blown away to get to see a sea turtle, a really, really big sea turtle. But knowing the connection, and I had heard the story of turtle before and how the Native Americans revere turtle, and they use it in a lot of their symbolisms. You might notice that if you've been around any Native Americans at all, you've seen the symbolism of turtle and the four directions. But did you know this story, or is it new to you? Good morning, Jim Mershawn and Brookie. You came in, and hello, Susie Koff. Deirdre, you love the story. Awesome. And Catherine, it is an amazing story. You know, our ancestors passed down such beautiful history and beautiful knowledge coming through from it being passed along. Did any of you have that in your family? Were there parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles that shared traditions or stories with you of things in your own lineage? Because I think that's important. And I know in my own family, I didn't get a lot of that. I didn't get the history that I would love to have had, the stories that could have been told. It was only after both of my parents were gone that I was able to look up my ancestry and find out a lot actually about my grandparents. I only knew one grandparent growing up, and he was this amazing, funny Irish man that just loved to laugh, and he loved his grandchildren. And we would go visit him, and we'd give him hugs, and he gave us coins. And I will never forget that feeling of just wishing I knew more of him, because he was fun, and grandparents are supposed to be fun, right? Catherine, you never heard the story until today, and Annie, new to you, you never heard it before. So I'm glad I could enlighten you and share some things with you today. And do you see the connection? Do you see why I was so excited to sit and listen to Turtle there by the seashore? And the message that I got from that turtle that kept coming back and coming back to visit me was, don't worry. Don't worry. Everything is under control. And yes, there's a new earth, there's a new paradigm, there's a new dimension. And it's okay because it's under control. There's no need to do anything other than be more compassionate, be more kind, want and desire to live in a world full of oneness, a world where we see each other and love each other with unconditional love. That's our edict. That's what we are to do. That's what we've always been meant to do, is love each other. And the way it is going, there's none of that, but we're getting back to it according to God, according to what I was shown yesterday, sitting with Turtle. The other thing I got from Turtle is that that's the very spot where I'm to do the land blessing. You see, there was a reason that I got sick, because I had planned on doing it in a whole different place. I was going to do it at Rainbow Falls, but no, I heard very definitely yesterday that the land blessing is to be done at what I call my beach. I don't know if it even has a name. It's just an area where there's lots of lava that had flowed down. So there's lava rocks everywhere. You have to walk across them and over them. And there was one point I was standing on this big piece of lava overlooking all of that energy that you could see in my video, the waves crashing in. I mean, they were like really coming in against that wall. And I'm standing on this piece of lava and I'm thinking, all right, God, keep me safe here, because I know that this isn't solid ground, right? This was formed from a volcano that overflowed. I think the Mauna Kea volcano that had overflowed many, many years ago. And so it was just that thought, that human thought that went through my head, like, oh my gosh, I'm standing on this piece of rock. But it was all good. I didn't tumble into the water. And I got to see Turtle up close when it kept coming up and surfacing to talk to me and share with me. But what an amazing adventure yesterday. What an absolute delight to be able to sit and converse and listen, because that's the thing with conversation. It's not just one person talking. So as I talked with God and shared my concerns and my heart heaviness over the condition of the world, God talked back. And that's the message I got that I just shared with all of you. I thought I was going to maybe see a dolphin out there, but I saw something much more precious. I saw this amazing turtle that had a message to share with all of us. So thank you. Thank you for putting up with the long version, but I felt it was necessary to read that story of creation. And I hope that you all loved it as much as I do. The story is on the website. It's on the blog, right after the end of the blog where it's the promise. Then I shared this story underneath it. If you want to share it with anybody else, you can send them to that on the website and they'll be able to read it for themselves. Hello, Darlene. Thank you for coming in. Oh, you're welcome, Andrea Gregg. All right. So I can't put the words up on the screen because it's not showing up on my chat panel. It's just showing up where I can see it right beside of the screen. So I'm going to just read it. Thank you, Deirdre. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, support for all families living with addiction, Coalition of the Willing, our troops, and especially our deployed troops, the United States, and I have hope now. I have hope after that time of sitting with God yesterday. Prayers for my sister Billy, her daughter Paula, and any of our traveling P's, which I think I saw that Jim is traveling. Kathy said, most stories of my family came from my mom, whose parents migrated from Warsaw, Poland. Stories of hardship mainly, and many traditional cooking and the importance of family closeness. They wanted their children to be proud, hardworking Americans. So I guess, not sure what that means. Not many traditions were passed down. Yeah, I know, Kathy. That's the thing, isn't it? When we go from this human body, if we haven't shared our stories, they go with us. And sometimes we can piece together, like I have done, and found out different stories and different people that were able to share about my grandparents and great grandparents and my ancestries. So, yeah, I figured out the autocorrect. All right. So I know if Sally were here, she would ask us to pray for the homeless, for the lost and the lonely, those who feel unseen, unheard, and uncared for. And we certainly do that. I don't know, I didn't see that Brandy was on, but let's remember Serenity. And Serenity's mom did pass, so we're lifting up that whole family and wrapping our arms around Serenity and Brandy as she's there for her. So let's go into our hearts. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who showed up today. I love you so much and I appreciate you being here. So let's just love. That's what we've been asked to do by the Creator. That's what brings us together. And in this family, love is what keeps us together. This unconditional love that we have, welcoming in all the amazing people that come and join us. Darlene, our archangel this month is Ariel. And isn't it appropriate? The Ariel helps to connect us more closely with nature, with animals, and with people. So let's go into our hearts. God, I just want to thank you. Thank you for blessings that sometimes we don't even realize how much we need. We don't realize that that's what we're asking for, but when it shows up, we see the miracle of it. Thank you for each person that's here right now, for all of those that we hold in our heart, our families, our friends, our loved ones, our animals. God, we thank you for miracles that have already taken place. We thank you for the angels that you provided that help us to understand things more fully, that protect us and guide us, help us to understand healing, and help us to have clarity and connection with this earth planet that we have come to visit for such a short time. We lift up every prayer and we trust, we have faith, we believe that each prayer is seen, each prayer is acknowledged, even if it's not spoken out loud, even if we're holding it close in our heart. We know that you see it, God, and we know that you answer for the best and highest good of all. Thank you for that. We honor you, we bless you, and we acknowledge you as the creator of all that is. Thank you for stories. Thank you for the way that we can understand things more fully through sharing with each other. We love you and we bless you. And we all say amen. And Om Shanti, Om Peace. And thank you to all of the divine who is guiding us and helping us along the way. And Marietta, thank you for coming in, darling. So happy to see you. And yes, that smile is worth $1 million sometimes, isn't it? When we know the abundance that comes forward by sharing that smile with others. I'm going to see if I can play Leo. I've been getting in trouble lately for playing music, but we're going to play our Leo, even though every day I get a note. Thank you. I love you. I wish I could show them on the screen like we always do. Deirdre, thank you. I love you. We can be together. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe. Annie 7. Thank you. I love you. I had to put my glasses on so I could see all the words. Darlene, thank you. Catherine Kovacs, thank you. I love you. And Catherine says, have a great day, everybody. Namaste, y'all, says Deirdre. And mahalo, which here on the islands means thank you. Joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Up we go, Marietta. Oh, Grayson, I love you so much. I hope you have an amazing day today. I want to hear all about it. So do something good that you're going to share with me later about your day. And oh, I forgot I have good news. I finally, after working on it for 4 hours, I finally got the application for my visa submitted. But keep praying because it has to go through the process now, and they're going to see if they'll let me into the country. So I'm going to accept, align, and allow. I'm going to allow the miracle. Start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, y'all. Full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, y'all. Let's go. I've decided that I can get so much work done if I don't sleep that I might give up sleep. I hope you know I'm kidding. It still has to be approved, Deirdre. At least the hard part's done. I spent, I would say, a total of 8 hours minimum on getting that application complete and submitted. It was crazy. Every time I would reach a certain point and it would just kick me off. And then I'd have to wait and get back in and do it all over again and start from scratch. I probably have every bit of that application memorized by now. So look out, India. I think I'm going to be there. What do you all think? Can we think positive about it? Can we just envision me there with Prachetta and Prachir and Goofy and Navriti and headed out to the Taj Mahal and all the wonderful places that I know Prachetta is going to take me to? Can you do that for me? Can you hold that vision in your heart and see that stamp of approval on my visa application? So let's all bring it together so that this crosses the finish line. All right. Love you so much. And I will see you all tomorrow morning for the Cup of Joy Friday. All right, I want to hear some yays tomorrow. I want to hear things that are exciting that are happening with you. I've got so much excitement for all of us, I know, but I want you excited. I want you having miracles. I want your turtles to show up. So come in tomorrow and share with me some excitement, some joy in your life, and some yays. I love you. And I'm going to bed. I haven't given up totally on sleep. So now that I've accomplished getting the application in, I think I deserve a rest. So I will see you back here tomorrow. Aloha and mahalo for coming in today.